EBRD chose Cluj-Napoca because it is a part of a town in Romania, a city, I should say, with a reputation for innovation and excellent education and a really thriving startup culture.
Including the support from EBRD, how do you think that the economy in Romania, and maybe Cluj-Napoca specifically, is going to be affected by the war crisis that affects all Europe right now?
Well, I think that prices are rising. That's unavoidable. Energy prices, because there's a shortage of gas, because countries are either getting cut off or trying to reduce their reliance on fossil fuels from the Russian Federation. At the same time, you have a shortage of food, with grain and edible oil seeds being unable to move out of Ukraine. And this is also impacting prices, not to mention supply chain disruptions that started with COVID. So this, the price increases will mean that companies may have to raise prices. There may be pressures eventually on interest rates. And all of this means that consumers will have to look at their spending because some of their expenses that they can't avoid are going to rise, and then they may have to manage more carefully their disposable spending.
Cluj is already a leader in terms of tech SMEs and SMEs in general. Obviously, Banca Transylvania being here, largest bank in Romania, and a bank that started and has really had a footprint as an SME lending bank, long-term partner of EBRD. The ecosystem here is very vibrant, and we feel at this stage this is where we can help. Our advisory for small businesses has worked with over 1,000 clients already in Romania. We advise on anything from branding, business strategy, MIS systems, capital raising, growth strategies, specializing in certain new areas, and outreach in terms of how to grow a footprint beyond the existing market that they have into other countries or other regions. It's an opportunity for us to build our banking business into Transylvania, and it's not just for Cluj, it's for the whole region, Sibiu, Brașov, and further. And again, for our bankers to get closer to the clients and to see the opportunities that we may not see just from Bucharest. Once we have a client, we tend to finance them over and over. You can kind of think on average of 3 times financing for each client that we have. So the first time through takes some time. But I think most of the clients that we deal with feel that process with us helps them because we ask a lot of questions, we do a lot of due diligence, and then when we get comfortable and we go ahead with financing, we're there as a partner for those clients. And I think one of the important things is, I wouldn't say we're counter-cyclical, but we're not really affected very much by cycles. So if the market's going great, everybody's getting loads of, there's plenty of liquidity, the commercial banks are lending quite rapidly and easily, then we can afford to pull back a bit. But when things are more difficult, clients need us, we're there. Clients need us to do an M&A, and we know them well, we can take outsized risk on them and bring significant capital.